morning to you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Mary Onaife Edebi. Today is the 19th day in the month of December, and you know that we are counting down to Christmas. It's 6 days to go. I'm super excited. I have things going on. I've bought lots of gifts, and I'm ready for Christmas. How about you? What are you going to do this Christmas? Huh? Hope you have plans. Hope you have plans of giving something good to someone, because every man is guilty of all the good he did not do. That is my word this morning. So if you have good in you, ensure you do good this season. Give something to someone, no matter how small. That is how we celebrate Christmas. It's all about giving. Welcome to Business Around Town. You know, at this time, we talk business every weekday from Monday to Friday. We discuss different businesses, how to grow your brand, how to make money, how to invest, and all of that. And today, we are going to be looking at a very interesting topic, and I have my guest in the studio with me this morning. I thank God for that, because it's not easy because of traffic. But she is right here with me to discuss the challenges of doing business in Nigeria. The challenges of, like, the inflation is choking you. When it's like to get fuel to power your device is something else. When it's like the power sector is not even helping. The challenges of doing business in Nigeria. I think you should listen to this our conversation, because at the end of the day, you are going to get a thing or two so that you can thrive and not even survive doing your business in Nigeria. So let me introduce my guest. She is a filmmaker, a movie director. She has lots of experiences when it comes to media, and she's also the CEO of ABOM. I hope I got it properly. ABOM Oil. And she is Libby Ofemoke. Good morning to you and welcome to the program. I hope I got your name correctly.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Good to have you here to talk to this morning. Did I get the name correctly?
Okay, the name is Libby Ofemoke.
Ofemoke.
And the business name is Abom Palm Oil.
Okay,
Abom Palm Oil.
Abom. It's this morning. Before we go into the challenges of doing business in Nigeria, let's talk about your own experience, because let's start from you. You have a business you run a business, and then before that you're into movie production, filmmaking, and all of that. So you've done a lot of businesses. So I would like to know how it all started for you. Let's start with your journey.
Thank you for having me, dear listeners. Mary, before we get here, you were asking your audience to hope that they are going to give something to their loved ones this Christmas. I hope you have something for me. So I hope that by the end of this session, I'll be leaving here with something.
Do you give to someone that already has? Someone that already has. Do you give to someone? So
okay. So it all started like a dream. When the dream came, I was okay. What was the need? What solution or what problem am I going to be solving if eventually I expand on this dream? And that was where it was. You know, I've always grown to love the agricultural sector, but based on most of our destinations or our locations, we don't have farms around, and most of us, we don't get to travel a lot to the villages where you get to see grasses and farms. So I nurtured that inside of me. But somehow, I remember sometime in school, I planted tomatoes from nothing. And these students would come laughing at me, why are you planting tomatoes? And by the end of the day, when this tomato grew, I ended up not eating from it. One day I came back and it was gone.
Somebody took it.
You know, so you laughed at me and you stole it, stole out of it at the end of the day. And again, I went to Ikorodu. I saw a land. I grew water leaf, the same thing. They stole it. Like, maybe this farming is not meant for me, and that was it. So one day I went to my friend's house. That was my first time of seeing branded palm oil, really. And I know a lot of women need something good. There's so many unadulterated palm oil in the market, and how do I really get them something that is accessible, something healthy, something that is good for them? And I started doing my research. I put things down. I said, okay, how do I go about it? Fortunately, I got to hear about what they were doing somewhere in BOI rather. And I thought, okay, let me try it. I tried, and I got there at the seminar, and all I saw were middle-aged men and women. Like, what is that? I hear that youths are into businesses. Then where are they? I seem to be only small person, small in size, small in age, small in everything. So what am I doing here? These people were selling something that we commonize. They were already exporting this product. What were they? Cashew nut, tiger nut, all the nuts, sugar cane. Like, okay, what do I do? I listened. When I listened after the seminar, I asked myself, do you even have the business plan that they talked about? That was the beginning of my downcast. I said, okay, I don't have business plan. I found out how much is it to get a business plan. They said business plan will cost me 150 to 250,000. Now, where would I get that kind of money from? And that was how that whole dream died. You know, before then, what happened was I went to my mom. My mom is coming from a subsistence farming community, and she didn't want anything that was going to be very difficult for me. Her father rather has a farm, palm plantation where they do all of this, and she just was seeing the difficult part of it. Yes, all the challenges. You go till, you go climb, you go do this, you go extract. She didn't want that for me. She just like, no, that she's not going to be part of it. I'm like, okay. And when I saw her fears, I let it go. But that did not stop me. I was still.
That was like how many years ago when you had the concept of having your own business?
Okay, before we finally launched, it was 7 years before.
So it took you 7 years?
Yes. So like every year, like December now, what happens is every year I go to it. I said, this dream, I went as far as knowing the number of bottles I needed to sell. I was going to sell it for a market that I've never been into, just with my own imaginations of how I was going to. But then I was like, how many friends did I have? I was only looking at selling to my friends. But I'm also grateful that it didn't happen at that time with my little knowledge.
Okay.
You know, that along the line, I've been able to network, and I got here. And when I decided to do it, it was very easy. I was able to get my brand manager. I was able to get a lot of minds to say, oh, this is the name that will be good for you. Oh, please make it simple. You know, simplicity was just all it was. And at the end of the day, we launched it, and it was mind blowing. Like, wow, so people have
something that took 7 years to get to.
Yes, that's how long it took.
You know, the story you just gave now, it's not really new, because when you look at agriculture in Nigeria, you see a lot of young people shying away from it because they want clean money. And some people think that agriculture is not a clean money in terms of the work you have to do, not in terms of whether illegal or not legal, but it requires a lot of labor. So nowadays, this generation, we want something really quick. We want it now and quick. And agriculture will give you a lot, but you have to put in the work.
Yeah, a lot of investments and time.
I'm really glad you made up your mind and started doing the business. But now that you are into it, let's look at some of the bottlenecks as a Nigerian doing this business. Let's talk about your NAFDAC, getting your NAFDAC. Let's talk about your branding, getting the bottles, and then before you started selling. What are some of the challenges that you faced?
I tell you, it's not easy to be a Nigerian. I'm one of those that, despite all that has happened, I still I still believe in myself. Not that I believe in Nigeria. I still believe in myself that I think that whatever it is that Nigeria has like dished out to citizens, yeah, we are still these people who can find a way for ourselves. However, how difficult that whatever we're going through is, and that's what I've been able to do for myself.
Don't you think that's one of the reasons why Nigerians we are the way we are? Because when you push us to the wall, we don't fight back. We just try to just adjust. Is it a good is it a good trait?
When you are fighting and the war is still very firm, what do? You just keep fighting. You have to source this for yourself.
Because we just find a way to adjust. Okay.
So now after all this beautiful creation, you know, I was feeling cool with myself, like everything will be all right. It's just gonna be a smooth ride. And the first experience, I say, yeah, I had opened a business account, and I started already transacting with it, and all of a sudden it was frozen.
Your business account?
Yes, it was frozen. That I needed to get Skumo for this EFCC registration site. I did my registration, and you know, there's a phone number on the platform. After the registration, they sent me an automated email. Well, I'm fine. I thought that was good. After that, I called for like 3 weeks. That number wasn't connecting. I went to their office. I made the complaints. They're just looking at me like I'm some insane person. Like, don't they look? Not the look of, don't you know what's happening? Why are you acting as if this is not normal? Like, it's not normal to me. I'm here to I'm here to like exercise my rights and get things properly done. I need to do things the right way. So why are you like acting like I'm the crazy one here? So I went back that they were going to get back to me. Do you know that nothing, till as I speak with you till today, nothing has been done? I went to the bank and I ranted myself out. That's how they had to unfreeze that account for me to use. What was inside? I had not even started transacting any kind of amount that will make EFCC start looking for me. Somebody that just started business. Yeah. I mean, I do my businesses in a very legit way. And that was it. Till today, the reason why that organization was created, I don't know what they are doing. Maybe I'm just one of the unfortunate ones, but I don't think I am, because I heard stories that day. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen to me. And so far, I went on to other banks and I didn't experience any of that. Maybe it happens with the top echelons of the guys in the society. When I get there, I guess I might, yes, I'll find out, you know. So that was the first challenge. Then I proceeded, you know, I always try to follow regulations. What are the things I need to enhance my business? What are the things I need to go further in my business? And it was the NAFDAC. You know, I was so excited. Like, I needed to get this done. I thought, oh, in 1 month, all will be done. Okay, in 3 months, all will be done. Woo. It took me another 1 year.
Another 1 year?
Another 1 year. You know, the processes were not supposed to be tedious, but I don't know how slow, why they choose to be as slow as they
because maybe because you don't know someone. You know, you have to know someone that knows someone that knows someone.
Should I shock you?
Shock me, please.
During COVID, there were a lot of opportunities where, you know, that's when Zoom became really very active. You know, you can imagine the number of workshops and trainings that, you know, I took the opportunity to join an association, NASME, you know, and you cannot be in that association and say you don't know somebody. If that be the case, so I know people. So they were the ones that helped me to even have the knowledge I had that helped me.
If you know people, you do give them money. You know, you have to, they know it's on different level.
Okay, I think that's what makes it different. Maybe that's why in my own case.
Yes, I don't know you. You have to grease the palm.
Well, okay, I know someone who had registered even months before, or rather after me, and her has come. I was so devastated, like asking myself, what did I not do right? Why? Like, I just want this my product to go far. Why? Because I depended so much on my target market. My target market is not the general market. I had like a targeted market. So these guys need the target market needs that NAFDAQ
number, so
Yes.
you could sell it some
yes,
places.
it's a kind of confidence that this product is healthy. That's what NAFDAQ is about. And this thing took like another 1 year, okay? And that 1 year, I was just running on a slow
Did you
scale.
you paid money at the end of the year? Because they said
No, I didn't pay money. I only paid the necessary registration fee, and that was a lot. That's really a lot for a small business.
like how much? Let's put it out there. Let's put it out there.
Okay, in total, I think I would say. Do you want me to do this?
No, yes, say it. If that is what it is, then let put it out there. And if it's wrong, they will call and say, oh shit, let's put it out there. Was it up to 50,000?
50,000.
Yeah, because I know the Nigerian government is trying to encourage people to go into business, especially young people to go into business.
Okay, to be fair to them,
Yes.
there was a time they made it, they subsidized it like drastically. Unfortunately, I missed that window.
Okay.
So when I missed it, I had to pay heavily for it.
Okay.
And that broke my heart because I could have saved that money. But notwithstanding, it shouldn't be that high for a person that.
How much is it? How much? You don't
Okay,
want.
I feel like I'm beating about the bush,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Say it. How much is it?
Okay.
Since we have a receipt
if,
for it.
if I was going to like sum it, it was, I think I did 250 and above. Let's put it at that. Yes.
250 and above.
Yes, 250 and above. Sum it. If I'm summing it, it should be like 310, but let's leave it at 250.
And above.
Yeah.
Let's say 500.
No.
Okay, it wasn't up to
It
that.
wasn't up to.
Okay, let's
Sorry,
say
and I don't-
300.
Yeah, let me just talk about
Because
my
I know
own.
no some people are listening because having a NAFDAQ number for your business is very, it authorizes your business.
It does.
It gives
It's
you can go
essential.
to places where you could take your business anywhere. So I know people listening, they want to know. So saying 250 and above, but not up to 500, you get the picture. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so and the number finally came out, and it has been here and there, year and there. I'm still schooling, I'm still learning, I'm still like trying to figure it out, and having to ensure that I have processes laid out, have a structure. I know my marketing strategies, I know my market target, So that's basically it. So let me say something. Somebody may ask, what makes my palm oil different? What makes it different is I can assure you that I want to be fair to the market women, that 50% of the oil we consume from the general market is adulterated. Why do I say this? It's the reason why I actually started this brand of palm oil. Before I decided to go, I did my research. I paid a huge for huge volume, and I left it for like 2 days. I wanted to see what it will come result to by the time the oil was settled. 2 days after I opened it, it was foamy. The smell wasn't fresh. I tasted it. It was tasting like some chemical was on it. First of all, palm oil is not supposed to be foamy. So these are the things. If anyone wants to doubt it, just pay attention. But I know that many women crave for good palm oil. That's just the truth. And that's the reason why we created this brand. And so far, it is those who crave for healthy, unadulterated palm oil that we've been serving.
Have you gotten any support? What other support would you say you've gotten from the government? There are maybe grants, maybe other sectors that are willing to partner with you or help you. Do you get any assistance from?
Yes, I would say yes. I would say no. Yes, in the sense that I think I would still say will I use the word lucky, or well, maybe I should just allow that I have people who believe in me, first of all, and believe in my product, who have come to invest personally. And I have people who have supported personally. And for grants, there are many, 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 many opportunities for women lately. Like everybody, every organization wants to include the woman in these in their
Giving back.
yes, they want to include women, supporting women, is like all of it. Oh, many organizations. So now, why are we not seeing many women? It is when you don't know. You have to place yourself. That's positioning. You have to position yourself where you get the right network. I've been opportuned, as small, as little as it was rather, I was opportune to get something to support my business. I've had individuals support my business. I have attended some of these foundational is it summit or foundations of, and some of them I didn't get it, but I still keep trying. I know of a lady who gave her own testimony and she said she tried 4 times. That also inspired me to not giving up. She didn't give up, and by the time she gave her own testimonies, you could see that from after the 4th one she got the grant, every other time she enrolled, she was getting them.
Yeah.
And currently we are about 500 women that a known network has as foundation, trying to create funds, equipment funds for women. So there are a lot. All you need to do is just to find out where is it happening. Join organizations, know your industry, and find yourself in one of them. These are ways you can get to know about what's happening. And I will say, yes, I have gotten grants, both organization and individuals.
Fantastic. And now, if you're wondering where you want to get grant, and you're wondering where do you want me to go, why is she not calling the names of those organizations? Go to Google. If you go to Google, search for it, you're going to see it there. Start your research from there. You're going to see a lot of those organizations. And I'll try to see if we could bring one of those foundations on radio so you could hear from them on how to get grants. But if you go on Google, you will get information, right? You go to Google.
Yeah, you will get information, but
Or YouTube.
I think it's like they will say you should look for a mentor who can guide, someone you can communicate with, somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody
That's already doing
that
business.
is only doing business in your
Niche.
Yeah, you that person can guide. Then, like, a lot of us are still afraid or shy to share, but just know whom you're talking to. It's not everybody you talk to that listens. It's not every advice you take. You take the advice, you go home and sieve. Then you use your wisdom to
To
decipher and know what you're going to take from what your mentor has said. So you just go to Google, you will find a lot. Just find out. They can list out a lot of organizations that are there, but also ask people, talk to people, share your challenges. It is when you share your challenges that one can get to know what the problem is.
In case you're just tuning in and you're wondering what are they talking about, you started listening at the middle of the conversation. We are talking about the challenges of doing business in Nigeria. That's the topic of discussion. And with me in the studios this morning to talk about this issue is Libby Ofemoke. She is the CEO of Abom.
Ebom
Ebom.
Obirutu. Wherever they are, I hope you guys can hear me.
She's the CEO of Ebom Palm Oil. So we've been talking this morning. We're streaming live on YouTube, so you could watch us on YouTube. You see us, you could drop a comment, and you can leave a message. I'm going to open the phone lines very soon, but not now, so that you could also tell us some of the experience you're having doing business in Nigeria and all of that. So let's talk this morning. I think we have our first caller. Let's see if you're ready for us. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Okay, what's your name and your location? Okay, I think we lost the call. I haven't even given the number yet. So I guess you have the number already. But I don't want to open the phone lines now. Let's continue the conversation. And later on, we'll open the phone lines. We're going to go for a quick commercial break. And when we come back, the conversation will continue. Keep it here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
The best of the morning.
So how come that they usually make a statement and then the executive refuse to obey that statement?
We should address the issue of flooding that is ravaging most states in the country. Currently, 9.9 million Nigerians are living in extreme poverty.
Even the police people, they are punishing us that we are criminal. They even feel gun in my leg. Look at my leg. They didn't even allow us to talk. They are shouting, you people are criminal. You see people that go and burn police station. And they let the burn police station.
You do the talking, we give you the facts.
Some who know the issue are also deceiving Nigerians and playing local politics with global issues.
5 died in Delta. U.S. pledges $1 million support.
The Morning Ride Show every weekday, Monday to Friday. Right here on your number one station that gives you a voice.
I'm still talking with the CEO of Abum Palm Oil. I just love to call the name. She is Libby Ofemoke, and we've been talking about the challenges of doing business in Nigeria. Now, you could send in your WhatsApp message to 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. Now, what are some of the highlights of doing business in Nigeria? Some moments you've experienced and you say, wow. You felt it like, good, I'm doing business in Nigeria, and I'm proud to be in Nigeria.
It was when I had to go through the Export Council to get certification for to export the product. We're not exporting yet, but I've had calls like from the day we launched. Like I didn't expect that people will be looking for something like that, you know, because as it is at the moment, Nigerian products are readily as accessible abroad. So everybody is into that kind of product export, food product export. So then it was when they reached out to me. At first, when I registered, it was like, you know, everything you just need to do is so difficult. So you wonder, then when one comes so easy, you'll be like, really?
Is it for real?
Yeah, did it just happen? And yeah, it just happened. You didn't need to know nobody, didn't need to make no calls. No one need to like call somebody to call somebody to call somebody to make it happen for you. So when that registration happened, as a matter of fact, I saw it late. I applied late, and they told me that entries had closed. I'm like, okay, let's try again next time. But then there was not going to be a next time. So I thought, okay, I've lost it.
Yes.
You know, and one day they sent me a text message that I should send my product over to Abuja. I'm like, really? I didn't need to call anybody. You know, that means for me, that was like the point where I thought, okay, if this could scale through, then there's every need for every other thing to work. And I want to make bold to correct something. I went to that office, Export Council, and I met a young man who gave me listening ears. This time around, it was not those old kokoshu ladies you find that are so upset about life.
They make things difficult for you.
Things difficult. I don't know. I call them typewriter generation. You know, so for some times now, every time I go to, like, if you go to tax office, almost everybody there is young. You know, so the orientation,
It's
is
different.
beginning to shift. Maybe because they are retiring. I wish that they all retire and let them just leave the space for
the young,
yes,
the
for
younger people.
people who know how to handle things. So if any young person is trying to be that old generation, trying to be unbearing just because they are in position, I just feel sorry for them, because that's really not the way to go. Because it's not the government that is making it difficult. It is the individuals who are put in those offices that make things really pretty difficult. But for me to like scale this through, I'm like, wow. So it gave me a different kind of orientation that it could actually work if we have the right people in position. And yeah, I am waiting for when they will approve my product for export. So that's.
You talked about the Export Council. Let's talk about that a bit, because I know that many people want to know how to export their products from Nigeria abroad. I've done shows, programs here where I bring in experts to talk on exporting products, and a lot of people are interested. Now that you mentioned this export, how was it like for you? You went online, you saw them, you applied. How was the process?
Like I said, this is something I needed to learn. I used to take some things for granted, like trying to be with people, network. I know the power of networking, but when I got into these platforms, this circle,
okay,
I had to understand that I need these people to get information. So it was on that platform I got the information, and I held on to it because I've always wanted it. I've got thousands of calls of when will my product be in the UK? When will my product get to Canada? So that kind of the calls are even more than the people down here who I thought I created the brand for.
Meaning there is a market for it abroad.
Yes, everybody is just waiting. Now, nobody wants to invest to export it. They want you to, because of the challenges. There are so many bottlenecks. So if you have this certificate, you can have this authority to export your brand abroad. So that's why, and fortunately, before you get these certificates before now, I think they subsidized it. Maybe that's why.
Is it the export license?
Yes, the certification, export certificate. You need to have it for easy exportation of your product.
Great.
So I'm not in a hurry. Anytime they are ready, they should crawl. It's fine.
But I think I've heard there's a way to fast track it.
I don't want to fast track. I'm just okay. The Nigerian market is serving me. I'm serving the Nigerian market. I don't even have enough to serve the Nigerian market. So I'm good with it.
Fantastic. And let's talk about, you talked about your high moment now of doing business in Nigeria. You talked about this now. What about the low moment? What has got you through those times that you wish you were not doing business in Nigeria?
Okay, I've never been, because I love challenges. So if those challenges don't exist, it's like there's no breath. So every time those challenges come, though at that moment you feel agitated, you feel cranky, you feel upset, but there's never been a time where I asked myself that question. No, I've never had to ask myself such question. Is like asking yourself that question it's you giving up on yourself. So I'm not ready to give up on myself. I already understand. Like, for those who know me, I say that Nigeria has never been fair to me. I've gone through worse from Nigeria. So doing this business is just a tip of what I experienced earlier. So no, giving up, no. That moments are just what makes it. So if one makes it easy and 10 is as difficult as it may seem, I think that the fact that I have to always cross the road at the end of the day, just makes me know that, okay, if this challenge comes, how did I overcome the last one? Then that gives me the courage to continue. And there's always, every time I get there, I'll always conquer the next one.
I think it's all about the mindset. You have the growth mindset. So that's why when the challenges come, you don't really see it. You just,
I'm a problem solver.
you just look for the solution. And that's why you remain in business. But it said that most Nigerian business, they don't last more than 5 years. 2 years, they're shaking 5 years. So if you could make it more past that 5 years, then welcome.
I'm here to clock that 5 years, but I'm not shaky. And the beauty is, despite that notion, there are more and more women. Men, you'll be amazed at what people are doing. If you don't, you're actually at on the right track.
Now that you've mentioned women, let's talk about women in business a little bit. You know, you look at different businesses. If you're to count businesses in Nigeria, you will see that the men are dominating. And how many women are in business? If you count, you will see that it's not like the men. It's not even close. And if you speak to a lot of these women, some of them have this mindset of they're just getting by, not reaching for the top. They just want to do something that will get them going. But this doggedness that we see in men that make them achieve a lot, break the glass ceiling, like you don't really see it. Is it true?
I don't want to make it seem as if it's a competitive warfare.
Okay.
I think that it's let's individualize it. There are those women who want to think that they are just passing by. Good for them. Those ones that don't care about registering their businesses, those ones already build a notion that does not exist. Those ones already know that, oh, once you register your business, they'll come and be collecting your task. You know, they just build some things in their minds, and good for them. It works for them if that's how they want to live their life. Not judging them. So I don't think it should be a competitive thing. The men are who they are. The women are holding the small scale.
Why? That is what I want to know. Why is that? Now you're a woman, you're doing it. Why is that? Why is that? Because the society is as strong as the woman. Because it's the woman that builds the society.
There's no why. It's just the way they choose to.
No, there is a why.
There's no why.
No, there is a why. You've met men, you've met women. What is going on? I think society is not being fair to women.
I don't think so. If that be the case, what about the organizations that are creating opportunities for women? Why are those same women I just mentioned not taking advantage? They've chosen to be where they are, and they are comfortable where they are. There are also men who are comfortable where they are. They are not interested in building further. So it's a human race thing. It's not about gender.
You think so?
I don't think so.
You know, all over the world, we're calling for gender equality. People abroad are saying that they are not giving women enough room to become this or that. And here we're like...
I think that's an old-time religious notion. We've moved past that. There's so many opportunities. Otherwise, we will not be calling them the likes of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's.
Like how many?
Like how many?
You're calling.
It's not about how many. It's not about how many.
In the midst of, you see, like 100 men, and then one woman stands out, and you're calling her. Then
it was
what
is gradual. It didn't exist. Time passed, but now it's gradual. So you cannot pretend that you don't feel the impact. It is because of these people, the Ransom Kutis, that we can have a voice. So if you cannot tap from those guys who made us have a voice, you're still looking at that you're a weak gender, it's up to you. I want to move further, and I want to run my race and know that I can achieve what I want to achieve when I set my mind to do it, and that's what has kept me. So now I would say that from what I have seen so far in these clusters, women are actually serving a larger population in a smaller scale. The men, good, they've been made that way, but I don't think that I also think that if a woman sets herself in same position, she will achieve it. But many women think they are just women, so they just want to keep sleeping. I'm a woman. You don't want to work. You just want the man to come and feed you. Come on, And I mean, this economy right now is biting so hard that one income can't serve can't serve a household. So are you going to sit back and still playing the blame game? There's no time for all of that. We have to move and be progressive. So anyone who wants to get serious, find your business organization and join. Network, ask questions. Don't be afraid. If you think that you're the only one that has problem, everybody has problem. Just that problems are peculiar. You and I might be having this similar problems, but in a different way.
Thank you so much. You said something about opportunities are banned for women, and it's true. I think I've enjoyed some of them. What I did was I went online. I was just searching for scholarship, and I saw it. Scholarship worth millions of naira for women. I think women from Delta State. And many women did not take advantage of this. We were just 6, the whole of Nigeria. They were ready to sponsor us and pay millions for that school, and we think we're just 6 from that place. So I just went there, wrote the exam. As God will have it, I passed and I got in. So there are a lot of opportunity for women. Grants you will get, schools you will go,
online courses.
There
are many. I've gone to so many that I can't even count. On business alone, I've had countless online lessons.
So if you're a woman out there and you're still thinking that they don't want to let me be great, then maybe you should think again. Let's take some messages now. The number to send in your WhatsApp message to share your own experience, to contribute, to ask question is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. We are talking about the challenges of doing business in Nigeria, keeping it real. But we've not talked about diesel and fuel and electricity. That is another major issue when it comes to doing business in Nigeria, or you're not faced with any of that.
Is there anybody who's not faced with any of this? But hey, not really.
Okay. Let's take this.
Yeah, electricity.
That's what you get when you've been in a situation so much that you start taking care of yourself. You start funding, taking care of yourself. So you don't even think about what the government can do for you anymore. You just factor it into the cost of your production, and then you move on.
That's what we've made to become as a people,
which is not supposed to be like that. Now let's take some messages right now. Let's have your participation on the program. Okay, let me take it from here. Okay, this one says, good morning, Mary. Really enjoying your discussion this morning with your guest. One of the challenges I have faced doing business here in Nigeria is that the government is not so supportive. For example, I have a shop, and a lot of people that I don't know have come to my shop to collect tax, to collect one thing or the other. So that is one thing that is eating me up right now, which the Lagos State government can do something about it. This is from Chineye, from Misolo. Thank you so much for the message. And let's take more. Someone says, hello, good morning to you, Mary. Interesting discussion. Can you please ask my guest how she was able to make her product ready for export, because I'm really interested in exporting my product. I sell plantain chips, were spiced. That's a question for you. Let's take another one here before we get to the answers. Good morning, Mary. Business Around Town. I like listening to the program. My question here is this. Doing business in Nigeria is quite challenging, but generally doing business all over the world is challenging. But in Nigeria is very peculiar. So if you survive doing business in Nigeria, it means you must have something that we all don't have. I have listened to you, but I haven't heard you talk about exploring the online space. How have you been able to navigate that in this present dispensation when it's like the online is where the money is? This is from Joseph. Okay, thank you so much, Joseph from Festac. Now we have Joseph, and then we have the lady that wants to know how to prepare her product for export.
More importantly, health is very important.
Okay.
So your environment must be healthy, must be clean rather, to ensure that what people are consuming is something that if you consume it, you will still be intact, like healthy and not fall sick, So they are not coming to you. You're going to send your product over to them. Just go online, Google Export Council, and perhaps if you're in Lagos, you can go to Apapa to find out more from them.
Okay, Export Council. Just Google Export Council, talk with them, then you send your product to them, and then they'll take it from there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Now, to the other person that asked a question about your online space, if you're really exploring it and all of that.
That was our first platform, and it's still our go-to platform. And we are on some of the major e-commerce platforms. That's where we sell, So we took advantage. We know the power of social media. So it was our first point of sales when we started, and it's still where we've been driving our product.
How is it like? Now, this is my own question. How would you compare the selling online and offline? Because your business, there are people buying online, there are people buying offline. So you have two markets. But if you do to compare.
Yeah. Well, they are both very peculiar, but I'm kind of person that I don't like troubles. And if I have my way for people not to have access to me, I'll be very grateful, because the stress of I'm awake, I have to attend to 100 people, and have I attended to this person? Have I attended to this person? I'll be wondering if I'm not copying the same message to someone at the same time. It's been a roller coaster, talking to strangers. I wish I don't have to do that.
Now that you even talked about that, that brings me to the question of dealing with people when you're doing business.
I'm fantastic at that.
Dealing with people, getting the right employee to work with you, selling your vision to these people, recruiting and all of that. How have you been able?
I needed, and I'm still teaching everyone working with me how to go about it. The processes. We have a structure. When you have a structure, there should be processes. And I believe in processes. If I'm doing it this way, don't come and tell me, no, it ought to be this way. Follow it first. See it through. Then if you have anything to impute, we can do that later. But first, I have spent time, I've invested myself on making sure that this process is workable. So that done, customer service. Oops. I have had too many bad experiences that people say I'm too polite to a fault. Someone called me yesterday and was asking how much is the product that he wants to buy. The person was so rude, and I responded. I don't believe that a customer is right, but then a customer is right. They don't have the right to be uncultured to you. So the man was, I'm the one paying, so I have the right to. I said, oh God, you asked the question and I'm answering you. That's how I now had to calm down. But at the end of the day, we came to an agreement. Yeah. But fortunately, I've not had too many people like him. I haven't, because we are spontaneous in delivery. I'm so fortunate that I have a delivery guy that God sent my way. But before then, I have had
you're seen Pepe.
Yes, but this guy has been on standby at all times. Every time there's an order, he's always available. So, but online, the distributors, I thank God for the distributors. They help me take care of they are the middlemen, so they help me take care of the other end of the customers. But these other ones, I don't joke with them, because they are the reason why we are. So customer service, I can't go to the bank and a banker is being rude or looking at me in a very nasty way. Come on. I left my office to come and make sure that your business runs. So you should be, you
Treat the
should,
customer with
yes, you should
respect.
treat me nicely. That's why I'm always upset with all those civil servants. They need overhaul. They need to orientate
You
them.
see that trending picture? I think a picture of a lady in the bank buying Ankara, while someone was waiting in a bank,
In a
waiting
bank.
to be
Such disrespect.
to be taken care of. Why this bank official was buying Ankara? I think it went viral, and people were talking about.
So
it.
we sell on online, the e-platforms. You can go to the major e-platforms. It's there. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. These are the platforms we use to promote our brand.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking with you this morning. Time flies when you are just having fun and getting
Absolutely.
information. And we've been speaking with the CEO of Abom Palm Oil. You need to see Abom. You need to see the way I'm doing my mouth. Don't blame me because it's salient. This my mouth to pronounce, but it's beautiful. We've been speaking with the CEO of Abom Palm Oil, and she is Libby Ofemoke. Thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
And to you, thank you for being part of the program this morning. Always staying tuned and turned on. Tomorrow, I'm going to be here again, and I'm going to bring in Godwin Oyefeso, hopefully, and we'll be talking about export. So if you have your questions on export, you could just tomorrow 9:30 I'll be here with him, hopefully, and then we get to discuss export. Thank you so much. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie. You could find me on Instagram. I'm there at Mary Media. Do not touch the dial. Keep it here. Coming up next is Issues in the News with Esther Nwachuku.